The second question relates to Algeria. Ms. Alwash wanted to know if the government in Algeria had the right to interrupt the elections or the results of the elections when the FIS, the Front Islamique du Salut, je crois, n'est-ce pas? Oui. The Islamic Party had won. Was that justified or not?
It's a local affair. It's something which relates to Algeria, and we should not make critical observations from outside, while we do not know actually what was happening. I personally believe, and this is my impression from whatever I know of things which are happening, this Islamic Party has been violating the fundamental human rights so much that they used to beat women for not properly being dressed. They have even dragged women in the streets. Some were even killed by these so-called fundamentalists in the name of Islam. Islam cannot be against fundamental human rights. This is one thing which is certain. So it is not anti-Islamic movement or anti-Islamic motivation which might have compelled the government to cancel the elections, but the more educated and sensible people among them, who were also Algerians, they knew that what was happening in the name of Islam will destroy the country. So instead of foreign powers capturing that land, which was creating a threat to them, it's much better if Algerians occupy their own land and keep them from being ruled by extremists. This is what can be said in favor of those who interfere. But they are their faults as well. They have been mistreating previously the people of Algeria without discrimination, without finding which belonged to what group. So this previous mishandling of the affairs, local affairs, has helped these so-called Islamists boost their reputation. And people, because of their memories of such barbaric acts committed by the government against ordinary people, they begin to gather around their call. And they support a cause which is not Islamic in its character, but a voice, a call which is raised in the name of Islam. Common masses don't know what Islam is, but they love it. Algerians particularly are very fond of Islam while in Algeria. When in France, Allah knows what they do. Right?
Je voudrais savoir si...
Ms. Alwash would like to add a little.
Yes, please.
Je voudrais demander au calife s'il peut faire des prières pour mon pays pour que la paix...
Would you please pray for peace in my country? For peace in my country.
Thank you very much. Please answer this question.
Donc,
in Algeria, the so-called medievalist mullahs, they are playing havoc with the with Algerian common sense. That is the problem. They present their case in such a stupid way but in a way, that stupid way is attractive to the common people. That their mind no longer is capable of thinking. They just follow the rut of whatever has been created for them. For instance, they tell them that, look here, we are being ruled by a regime which is un-Islamic. So they are not Algerians. They have no right to be here. How can we get rid of the un-Islamic forces outside Algeria if we cannot get rid of them here? So they call it wuzu. They say, like for prayer you have to do wuzu. Your wuzu for saying the universal prayer in jihad would be by getting rid of these Algerians who are no longer Algerians. Now, people like this idea, wuzu, do wuzu in jihad. So that this is good wuzu. And during that wuzu, they run away with their property and things. And that's not un-Islamic. They loot, they rob, they murder the innocent, even children, during the performance of this wuzu. And after the wuzu is over, then the prayer will begin. Then they will launch a worldwide jihad against all the non-Muslim governments. Extremely stupid, because such a time would never come. They would be, inshallah, but unfortunately, it would not come in the sense that the non-Islamic countries will destroy them before they have done anything to them. And the weapons they receive are all West-made weapons. They can't make their own rifles. So what a stupid jihad is. That is like telling someone that you hold a very beautiful and very dangerous knife, beautifully curved and very sharp. Could I borrow it from you to kill you? What would be your reaction if somebody asks you? So they borrow the weapons from the West and say, we'll kill you. But they give them weapons as long as they kill each other. That is the game they play with them. And whenever you talk to the extremists, it's very difficult to convince them. They're already sold to an idea, and they think we are non-Muslims and they are Muslims, and they know Islam better. Well, the basics of common sense is completely unknown to them. This is what they have done to Islam, unfortunately, and what they are doing to Algeria, unfortunately. Otherwise, Algerian people are very brave people. And they fought back the might of France, and they offered so much sacrifices. Algerians ultimately defeated de Gaulle and made him bend to his knees to start calling for a withdrawal. The same people are in the hands of these mullahs, unfortunately. So you're right that we should pray for them. That I always do. And I want the whole Jamaat to pray for Algerians, that they should get rid of these extremist mullahs and return to their own great traditions of being bold and brave and love Islam and love humanity all together, not separately.